Alright, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to coat your plastic frames. These are the frames I assembled. They have black plastic, wood construction. As you can see, there's a little bit of wax on there. It's not a whole lot, but it's definitely not enough for the bees to get started, no matter what the company says. You gotta coat them again. So what you do is you set up a double boiler system. Now you should not be using propane heat like I do, but I'm outside in the garage and I don't want to destroy my kitchen with a whole bunch of wax everywhere. So this is all burr comb from last year's collection over the months of inspecting the hives. There's some water in here, and then I have a glass bowl floating on top of the water. So as soon as the water starts to boil, the wax will melt and it won't burn. Then I use these little styrofoam brushes. I don't know what you really call these things, but you would just dip it in there, and then I'll show you how to do it onto the actual frames themselves. You don't want to just like blot it like that. It's quick motions that you're just pulling across, because the faster you go with it, the quicker it's just going to grip the outside cell walls. So then you won't have cell with wax inside, you'll have all on the outside of it. Now you will, where you touch the brush down to it, you'll get a little bit of wax inside those cells, but that's fine. The bees will clean that stuff out. There's no problem there. Well, for right now, I'm going to turn this off, wait for this to melt, and as soon as this gets done and melted and it's ready to go, I'll put it back on and I'll show you guys how to do this. Alright, so my wax is melted, almost all of it. I mean, you should probably wait until it's all melted away, so that it's all liquefied and you don't have any bigger chunks in there, but I got a spot in there I can dip into and be able to get some wax out. I found a bigger brush, bigger brush. Means I only have to do 2 passes, maybe 4, 2, 1 down on each side, back up. So what you want to do first is make sure your plastic is in the slot. It might move around a little bit, but make sure that it's not going to come out when you touch it. I've had that happen to me before. I wasn't paying attention. It wasn't all the way in there. Go put the wax on it and the thing fell out. Doesn't make a day a good one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dip my brush straight into the wax, come down, up, down, up. See how the wax is starting to grip the cell walls? I might take 2 or 3 passes on it because this wax is actual beeswax. But once you get like something like this going, you can actually see the wax is now on the ring of the cells. That's what the bees are going to immediately work on. They're not going to go to the bottom of the cell and do anything with that. They're going to find this ring on the outer side of the cell wall, and they're going to start drawing those out. Now remember, always use beeswax. Don't ever use paraffin wax or candle wax or anything like that unless it's 100% beeswax. You can get it online pretty cheap. You don't have to really hunt down for it. You just look up beeswax or go to your local bee store. They sell wax there, I'm sure. But you want to be able to do all 10 frames. And I have not come up with the right ratio of how much wax I need to do 10 frames. This is the second time I'm doing plastic. They usually just have something already, what do you call them? Wax foundations, basically. Right Cell really is a really nice product out there. Now see what I did here? I hope you can see it. I got wax in these cells. Don't worry about it. The bees will clean it out. You just want to make sure that you get most of the center and around the edges waxed up pretty good. Just so they have something to start on, so that they're not sitting there building combs off of the frame. They'll build on this, but they won't build it to the frame or to the foundation itself. They'll build from the top of the frame here outward because they don't understand what this is. So that's why you want to make sure that you get wax on your actual frame. I'm sorry, foundation, if I can speak correctly today. And that's about it, all I'm doing today. Just coat it a couple times, up and down. Make sure that your the wax is not over boiling. There might be a better technique than doing it this way, but this is the way I've always done it. Just give them a little bit to start on. These outside edges, they may not build on that for a little while, but sooner or later they'll figure it out that, hey, that needs to be connected up. Now I rested on top of my boot because I don't want the frame on the floor, because that means if I go all the way down to the floor, I don't want to touch the floor with the brush. I don't want to get any dirt on it. Make sure that it's as leveled off as you can. You don't want big globs of wax on there. The bees would probably not like that much. More work for them to get rid of it. And when you're done doing this, you want to make sure that you store your frames so that the sunlight can get to them. Put the box on its side. That way nothing's going to go in there and mess up. Like wax moths. I mean, I really doubt a wax moth is going to waste its time with a plastic frame with a little bit of wax on it. But, stranger things have happened. So, I got 2 done so far. It's not taking any time at all. Patience is the name of the game. That one turned out real good. My wax is starting to get a little bit more melted. And when I'm done with these, I'll find the ones that I did the best job on, and those will go in the center of the box. That's what they're going to start building. That's where the queen's going to start her laying and all that stuff. So I'm going to put it in the center. Sorry about that. I didn't realize the camera only recorded for 5 minutes. That really was a waste of time. But I got 5 done total. This is the 6th one I'm working on. And basically, from what you didn't hear me say, because my awesome camera here decided it was going to take a break, is that if your brush gets hard because it's been sitting out, the wax is cooled down in it, put it in there, just let it heat up a little bit, move it around. Don't want to let it sit there a whole lot because it will melt. And that's the last thing you want, is a melted brush. Doesn't really work very good. I'm sure you could use a paintbrush. Might be a lot more messier. I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting it because I'm getting low on wax. Then I have to go buy some more. As you can see, a lot of the wax ends up building up on this brush. So I assume there's got to be a better brush system out there than this. I don't like how this wax is collected up on here all the time. You got to scrape at it. Sometimes it comes off, and sometimes it don't. It just becomes a pain in the butt. So I'm assuming there has to be a better brush for doing this. That's I could use a little more. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel, please. Leave me a comment. Shoot me oh wow, that was awesome. You should never buy cheap Dollar Tree brushes. That's why you carry more. I have to go down to a smaller one. But yes, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel. There'll be a lot more videos coming up here. The weather's getting better. The bee season's actually starting. And that's all I got. So, thanks for watching. If you guys have any comments or questions, feel free to ask. Have a good day.